Well, welcome back to the Ashes debrief. I want to say it's the same old, same old. I've got Darren Leemann alongside me and Dan Norcross. England 207 for 6, 228 behind. More importantly, they're 6 wickets down. Confirmation today that the Ashes are staying in Australia.
Well, that's good news from my point of view, but for obviously Test Match special listeners and viewers, it's a little bit different. I thought England were very good today. I thought they batted really well, bowled really well to start with. And then Zach Crawley, where's that been for his whole 61 Test matches? If he's doing that, he's making a lot more Test hundreds. And if he plays like that, he can play a lot more Test cricket. He played beautifully. And really, 6 for 36, I think. The Aussies 38 to lose and give you an outside chance. And it was looking that way, wasn't it, when Root and Crawley were going really well. And then obviously Cummins, the superstar, does it again. And then Lyon goes about his work. A couple of unlucky shots, a couple of different dismissals, which is the story of the tour so far. But 228, Smith can play. Jats can play. So you just never know. I gave you no chance. But I actually give you a little bit of...
Yeah, okay, so my next question was, Dan, was there ever any hope today?
Well, when we arrived, we didn't really feel it, but because they were going to have to get a record score. But as we've said, 6 for 38 meant that record score wasn't going to be super big. It was 435. And the pitch hadn't really deteriorated much, had it? It's got nice covering of grass. It's held together really nicely. And there are world-class players in that team, right? Simple as. They've got the likes of Brook and Root, really good players. You've got Stokes, you've got Smith. We've talked about them all summer. Surely they're going to come good at some point. The body blow was the hope that was being given to us by Root. I want to ask Buff this. What is it about Pat Cummins that he gets Root to play at balls that he would normally not go near? What's Cummins doing? He's dragging him, he's mesmerising him into a ball he doesn't need to play.
Drags him across, isn't it? What was it, 13th time today?
13th, yeah. It's almost getting to the stage of Glenn McGrath and Michael Atherton.
What was that, 19 or something?
Yeah.
Oh, Athers will be praying. But look, Root's such a good player. One of the things I've noticed in Australia, when he first toured, he sat back a lot deeper. And I think he's going to give himself more room, more time. Because he reaches for the ball and he gets caught in the crease. He got caught in the crease. And earlier in the series, he was batting out of his crease. Give yourself some more time in Australia. You don't have to be going out at the ball because it's quicker, it bounces more and it takes off. So if you get it slightly wrong, what happens? You nick and follow it. The other side of the coin with Root is in Brisbane, he didn't play the third man at all. He didn't play. He was hitting leg side, waiting for his cut shot and his pull shot. That's all he has to do. Today, again, he was just feeding balls because they're easy single. They almost want him to play that shot because they know if it just does a bit or gets off a bit quicker, he'll nick it like he did today.
But when that ball got old today, Alex Carey's coming up to the stumps as well. Brilliant. That stops him then coming out of his crease. So then he's got to change his plan again. Yeah,
that's exactly right. But what I'm saying, his plan's wrong in the first place. Sit deep, give yourself more time because he's such a good puller and cutter of the ball and good defensively. The ball only has to move when you're out reaching for it. For our viewers, is if he's out reaching, he's going to nick it. You know, and he's stuck in the crease, so he's neither here nor there. So it's a little change you can do, and he has made that change. It certainly made it in Brisbane. He played beautifully. That was one of the best hundreds you'll ever see. So, and he hit everything leg side. He doesn't miss him on the stumps. He's a world-class player for a reason, and his record says that. So, for me, he's just going to make changes in depth. You see Harry Brook, his technique is very good deep. His problem is up here.
Yeah.
You know, that's and Harry Brook, I've coached him obviously with the Northern Superchargers, and he has all the shots. He's just got to learn to bat 6 hours. If he bats 6 hours and Root plays that, you'd probably win and chase him down. That's as simple as it gets. Everyone's complicating it. The other thing I like, Bazball, it was gone. They played normal cricket today, and I actually enjoyed the way they batted. Forget about the wickets falling, I get that, apart from Brook's reverse. But there was method behind the madness. They were actually playing the game, and it was a better pleasing batting performance than we've seen in the past.
It's the reason why we think it's possible, these targets, is because they got 380 odd for 4 against India. Ridiculous, preposterous to win a game. It's that sort of thing that we know they've got in them when players like Brook and Root get together. And they, Brook and Root put on 450 in Pakistan once. So that makes us all dream. It gives us all the hope, doesn't it? But we saw some familiar failings. I mean, I really feel for Ollie Pope because he's so struggling hard with his game. And, he sort of started to be a little bit stiller. It was like something that's jerky. There's this thing where, like, the turkey thing happens, the chicken thing, where the elbows come shooting up, But again, when he got out, brilliant catch. I mean, absolutely sensational. A bit like Steve Smith's at Brisbane. Fantastic from Marnus Labuschagne. But he said, if you look at it in slow-mo, there's still just a little push, there's a little at it. And it's that that's doing it. It's like, just as you said, if he's there for it, it doesn't take the edge. Instead, he's gone at it like that.
Yeah, just going
and
too
it's
hard.
just
Yeah.
enough.
Well, there's
and
one-
it would have fallen short as well.
Yeah, it would have done. There's one dismissal I want to talk about because England needed a brilliant start with the bat. They needed partnerships. Ben Duckett.
Ooh.
Dan, you've ranked it as the third worst shot of the tour
Yeah.
so far.
Oh, hang on, that's harsh.
Is this,
You reckon?
Yeah, there's been lots more than that.
Come on then, rank
There's
them.
been plenty.
We've got Harry Brook against Stark.
In
the twilight.
where are we starting? Perth?
Oh no,
Oh,
I know.
let's go Perth. Okay.
Okay.
1 for 100. 1 for 100. You only have to play boycott ball for a while for a session. You win the test match. Totally different scenario. Who drove on the up? And why do you drive on the up? You don't drive on the up in Brisbane and Perth. Bong bong. There's about 5 or 6 without even starting.
Fair enough.
Duckett, he's way down the list.
Oh, but it was just so horrid because it was the last over before lunch. That was the thing, and we were watching it together. We were having lunch downstairs, and we love Duckett, and he's been in stellar form for England in all 3 formats actually. And he gets this ball in the channel, and I think it was the ball before overpitched from Cummins. Next ball is too short actually, and a little too wide. And if it was Brighton Cars on commentary, we'd have gone, Cars, he's bowling 2 lengths here. He's not getting it right. He's not. Why isn't he started up well? Why don't they just warm up properly? And instead, Cummins is getting a wicket off an absolutely nothing ball. It is 5th and a bit stump. Duckett's a tiny man. It's so short that it's going nowhere near the
Dan's
stumps.
really annoyed about this one, by the way.
I was, because I
Really
really
annoyed.
like Ben Duckett.
Yeah.
And he played it, and he was almost on the move in the air when he played it. And he just, oh, there you go. Second sip, thanks a lot. Shall we all troop off for lunch? It was like, no,
Yeah,
come on.
Nerves are there, play a part,
Yeah.
especially with Cummins bowling at that speed. I mean, the biggest problem that they probably haven't worked out, and it's taken them till now, is that the grounds are bigger.
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
chase your 380 in, where was that?
Edgbaston, I think,
Edgbaston. I mean, it's not a big ground, is it? Here, Brisbane and Perth, you can bounce. Australians can bounce you. You can't hook it because you can't hit it out of the ground.
Yeah.
It's too big, so you've got protection. Adelaide's probably the one spot you can take it on, and yet they didn't take it on, which was really
Yeah.
interesting. So I saw the change of Bazball. You know, they're playing more defensive, they're playing more traditional cricket. First innings, I thought they were too defensive.
I
England.
did as well,
I
yeah.
thought they could have
Yeah.
been more positive and played, especially great wicket, short square. If they bowl short, hit it in the car park. You know, that's what I think. I think they were too defensive. Today they got the mix about right from all the batters. You know, they got some good balls, some unbelievable catches, and a world-class bowling attack. So that's the difference. But the bigger grounds, certainly Bazball in England, no problems because those top edges are going for 6.
Yeah,
aren't
yeah,
they?
yeah.
So
Especially
it's
Trent Bridge, you know.
it's a big difference.
I want to talk about Nathan Lyon. He got the wicket of Harry Brook reverse sweeping. Before we go on to Lyon, was that the right shot? Because it was working for him. He was scoring runs, him and Crawley playing the reverse sweep when it was pitching outside off stump. Did he play one too many?
Well, the scoreboard will say yes, won't it, Alex?
Yeah.
But the funny thing about it for me, I don't mind blokes reverse
Yeah.
sweeping because I see it in England all the time. They naturally do it. So you've got to accept the good with the bad. It's just heightened because of some of the bad shots he's played already on tour. But that way, I'm not so bad with how he got out.
Yeah,
in
I
a
know what you
weird
mean.
way.
I know, I do
Yeah.
know what you mean because he was playing it so well.
But also, I think we've got to give a bit of credit to Nathan Lyon because he gets dip on the ball. So I'm convinced that the ball, it dipped in such a way that Harry thought that he was going to be at the pitch of the ball and he wasn't.
Well,
it's a bit like how he got Stokes out as well, actually. It's that drift and then the dip and then the bite. And he turned it a long way and he's just clipped the leg stump. So, I mean, basically, Nathan Lyon has done everything right.
Well, that's the problem. We've got a spinner.
That is.
Well, that's my
big
next
problem.
thing. Look,
Right.
so I
Really?
wanted to, you coach No Offence,
Yeah.
Dan, you love
Yeah.
your county cricket. Why aren't England producing spinners? Why have we not got a spinner on this tour? We've got Bashir obviously not being picked. There's no Dawson, there's no Leach. They're probably sat at home going, what on earth? But also, there's no other spinners in the country.
Yeah, that's I see where you're coming from. I mean, the problem with Division 1 cricket, they all play for draws. So the bonus point system makes it flat. Get your points, you stay up. You know, and if you get lucky and have a good day where the ball's overcast and swings around and you knock them over and you win the game, great. That's how you do it. Division 2's a little bit different. You're playing for results, but you're still actually playing on flatter wickets that don't spin as much. I mean, Northants, we've got a couple of spinners, and there's a Calvin Harrison who's come through a leg spinner, but you've got Dawson, who's quite good. We've seen him a bit. Leach is good at Somerset. There are a few spinners there. It's just who you pick. Like Bashir, You know, I watched him bowl the last 2 days, and they said he's low on confidence. But what I see an attacking spinner that can actually get wickets. So sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and play the guy if you think he's the best. Now, that's a selection issue. And the selectors, who are the selectors, by the way? Because I've not seen them in my time in county cricket.
I've got no idea.
Can someone tell us, please?
Do they turn up and
Text it
watch?
through.
They don't turn up and watch.
I've never spoken to a selector, never seen a selector.
Is that right?
I'm a county coach.
Is that right?
Unbelievable.
Because now, back in the day when England got to number 1,
Unbelievable.
That's
isn't it?
mad.
Jeff
Yeah,
Miller was head of selection.
Yeah, he was-
He used to do 45,000 miles.
Yeah.
He would be at every single county.
So I
He'd
don't
go
know
to
what's
see
going
everyone.
on. But find that
Yeah.
out. If you can find that out and let me know, it'd be good.
Maybe they're watching the live stream or
Yeah,
something.
I know
Who
we'll be
knows?
in trouble. I'll get a phone call from the Northants boss. You can't criticise selectors, you'll be in trouble. I'll get censored. Sorry, ECB, apologies.
I can give you a couple of names. I had a couple of thoughts as well. Surrey had the opportunity, I guess, to have signed Shoaib Bashir on loan at the start of the season. They didn't take it.
Yeah.
And Surrey don't have a frontline spinner. They've got Dan Lawrence. Will Jacks wasn't even there at the time because he was doing IPL. They've got Rayan Ahmed, a leggy. Leggies, they're quite popular in Australia. They go back a long way, the leggies.
Yeah.
He's also scored 500s for Leicestershire. So he was an option, and they had played him in
injured at the
Pakistan.
minute as well.
He's injured now, but
Yeah.
he wasn't selected, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Instead, Will Jacks was selected. And then there's a lad at Sussex, Jack Carson.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard about
who
him.
Our colleague Finney really, really rates. They might have tried to fast track him before they fast track Shoaib, because the big problem for Shoaib, I think, is the number of overs these guys have bowled. Right? You look at Nathan Lyon, and it's different gravy, obviously, because he's 38 years old. He's got 566 Test wickets. He knows what he's doing, right? But you've got to, if you come to an assignment like this, find somebody who knows their natural length. You've talked about it, Al. You've talked about the number of overs you would bowl in a week.
Yeah.
Right? And our problem is Jack Leach is doing that.
Well,
Liam
I
Dawson
feel
is
like as
doing
a
that.
spinner in particular, you almost need to be a well-oiled machine. You need
Yeah.
to almost keep going, bowl loads of overs, get that confidence. Also comes from the coach as well, who tells you you're the best player in the world, and you believe it.
Yeah, and I mean, for him, I do feel a little bit for Shoaib because, one, he's a bit not sure where he's playing county cricket. He can't get overs, but you only get better by playing.
Yeah.
So he's got to be playing to get better. If you've made the wrong call, then they should have had a better backup plan. You know,
So
Ahmed obviously
how do
injured.
players play county cricket then, in the middle of the season?
Well, the problem is with the 100, you've got test matches and everything going on. I mean, the wickets have got to be spinning. That's what you do. But Somerset, they
Yeah.
make it spin,
Yeah,
for example.
Taunton does.
Leach actually spins it square. But that's where Bashir played, but doesn't really play because
Well,
Archie Vaughan.
Archie Vaughan, Michael's son.
Who's another good player. There's a lot of good players there. They've just got to pick who it is and then go with them. And they obviously want someone that can bat. I mean, Will Jacks, if he can bat in the top 6, I'm okay with that. But he's batting 8 and bowling in a frontline spinner and going at 5 and over. That's a no-no. So they've just got. He's a good player. I've seen him in England do really well. He obviously plays as the spinner for Surrey when he plays, doesn't he?
Does
Because-
occasionally, yeah, but
Yeah.
It doesn't at the start of the season because he's an IPL.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
often doesn't right at the back end because he's in the England one-day setup. So it's the number of overs. It comes back to that. How
Yeah.
many games are they
Yeah.
actually playing? And it's tough to find opportunities for people to slow.
Not just the spinners. I mean, I go back to preparation. Your preparation was really different. I mean, no game.
Different.
That's very, very, very political.
Well, I've got to be political on Test match special, don't I? So if I was an Aussie, I'll give you a real thing, but I'll get in trouble. Preparation, no game. Could have played the whacker on a bouncy track against Aussie A. Apparently that was a goer. And then should have played the Canberra game, the pink ball game, only because you get to see the pink ball. And the reason England lost that game as well was they put down 6 or 7 catches. So you get to see the ball, the pink ball, watch it, hit it, score some runs. It was a 2-day game. Then I don't have any problem with Noosa. I actually didn't have a problem with going to Noosa either. But if the preparation was better. So they're the little things along the way.
Okay, it's that time where you guys can ask us anything, get your questions, your weird and wonderful Ashes-related questions. James in Perth has been in touch, and now this is a spicy one. You're going to love it.
Okay.
Why does everyone insist England are good when their backs are against the wall? They've proven on this trip that they are not.
Who was that from?
This was from James in Perth.
James in Perth. That's a good question, James. I think they're trying to give the players confidence, and that's what Brendan McCullum and his coaching staff are trying to do. There's no problems with that. I think what the issue is, if you lose 3-0, and if it does go down tomorrow, then that's where the problems start.
Yeah.
Then you have to make hard decisions because you've got 2 years to get it right in England. And Australia haven't won in England for a long period of time, but they haven't lost in England either. It's been 2 all the last couple of times. So Australia will have to actually probably move and make some decisions going forward as well to get a side that can win in England. So it's fascinating. You want to give the players some confidence, but sometimes you can give them too much overconfidence. And there's been no ramifications for poor performances or selection issues where they could have actually chopped and changed.
Consequences, as Michael Vaughan would say. In answer to the question, I think part of it is because they came back from 2-0 down against Australia in the Ashes in 23, and also because when they've been under the pump against the likes of New Zealand and South Africa in that first season of Bazball, when they were being set quite chunky targets, they went after it and they hunted them down. So that's where the kind of the reputation has come from. It just hasn't panned out that way.
And they play on flat wickets.
Yeah,
They're flat wickets.
very true. Don't forget, scan that QR code that was on your screen. If it's not on now, rewind it. Guys, it's been 17 test matches since England have won here in Australia. It's soon to be 18, you would imagine. Bit of fun to end the show. How long will England last tomorrow?
Well, I think they can get to lunch because I think the wicket's still okay. It really depends on the new ball's the key. I mean, Nathan Lyon could go bang bang with the older ball and it's game over within an hour. But if Jacks and Smith can actually get through the first hour, they can get to lunch.
Dan?
I would say Jofra Archer's backs to the wall 241 ball 60 alongside Jamie Smith's 152 is going to keep these Ashes alive. No, I think 57 minutes.
57 minutes.
They're going to last.
Well, I'll go 11:37 time here. I don't know what time that is in the UK. Guys, thank you very much. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow for the Ashes debrief. Will England draw? Will they lose the Ashes? We'll find out tomorrow, and the highlights are on the iPlayer at 5 p.m.